Hello, everybody. Welcome into Tuesday, November 11th, the 12th. Today's the 12th. And where's the echo coming from? That would be one of those is mine. I was listening to something today, and I'm no longer live because I heard it again before it showed up. That's normal for Google right now. Okay, I'll say hi to everybody in chat. And speaking of chat, it's hidden right now. Darren Go Home was first, Tony second, and Greg was third. Ready for a nap? Yeah, I hear you. One Fish was fourth. How far did I have to go to chase the ice cream man in order? I've had those pants for forever. Jeff says hello. Parker Moore says hello to myself in chat. And John is asking if I used a magnetic golf ball to go in the magnetic cup. I know, but I'd probably screw that up too. Or a bit of fishing line. Yeah, I'm not that innovative. And it's going to give me the benefit of the doubt because I'm a vet. Well, let me explain the video, the trailer tonight. There's a trailer, which is also a short uploaded because of the length of shorts. The combined 3 videos, the tee shot, the chip shot, and the putt, were a little over 2.5 minutes. I have yet to be able to upload a short over a minute and it be a short. It goes to the video category. And I want to get back into doing some shorts. So yes, those are edited. It is clearly edited. But I assure you, if you'd like to see the full footage, I will upload the full footage as a video. And you can see where I made the cuts to splice it together to get it under the 1 minute mark to qualify as a short. Long Dog is in chat. Not that it's important. His words, not mine. He says, not that it's important. Glad to see me. And he's in chat. So, Susanna Morjohn, proud single mother, is in chat as well. Good to see her as well. Is my computer? Yeah, I started about 45 seconds early. I just wanted to get going. Don't ask me why. I just didn't want to sit here and watch the seconds tick off and try to catch it right on top of the hour. It's not that important to me.
Howdy, Mrs. K!
Yeah, she's on a new kick now. She's watching Korean Chinese dubbed in English. I watched about 10 minutes of the current show she's watching, and I walked away going, huh? What did I just watch? This is very weird, very strange. And she's like, well, this girl's this and this and this and this and this, and I'm like, I'm good. I got stuff to go do, so here I am. So Long Dog has said that he'll be trolled. I don't know about that, but I did start a little early. So golfing today there was nobody on the course. I was the only one dumb enough to go out and play golf. It was 50 degrees with a very strong easterly wind, and it was chilly. As you can see, I had on a long sleeve, I don't know what it is, pullover or whatever. But overall, it was actually very calming, and I was just experimenting with different swings, different things, different setups, different aiming points. The only thing that wasn't different, now that I think about it, maybe that's the only thing that should be different, was my putting. I've not changed my putting yet. I think at some point in time I might have to, but for now I have not. And it was a good experiment in that it was being 50 degrees. I didn't have to go down 1 club. In some cases, I had to go down 2 and 3 clubs, and by down I mean going up, to make the ball go the same distance I've been hitting. For example, if I've been hitting my 7-iron, I went down to a 5 hybrid to hit it the same difference I could usually hit my 7-iron. And that's enough of that. I have a request for all the homies. I'm working on a project, and Greg and I think Darren were here. I don't remember if Bill was here or not. I showed him a little bit of it earlier today when I was working on it. I need good pictures, photographs of all the homies. If you could email it to my Zoom email, I would appreciate it. If not, I'll have to go with what I can find or what I deem I'll put in there. And if you don't want your picture on the project, just say, hey, I don't want my picture on the project, and I won't put my picture on I won't put your picture on the project. It's going to be kind of interesting, I think. I think people will enjoy it. It's kind of fun putting it together. It's frustrating, but it's kind of fun. Anyone ready for this? I caught an ad suitability issue on Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. Whatever the day the second was. When was the second? Was that a Saturday night? I have no idea. But it was the second. Yeah. And I brought up the video. I watched the entire video. I did not see anything what would have triggered a robot or a bot whatsoever to say it had an ad suitability issue. So yes, I appealed it. More than likely it will get approved and I'll get to make the whopping 13 cents off of the ad. I also had from last night, even though it's okay to use it in videos, I have to share the revenue from last night's video with the people that Brian used the music from. It's okay to use it. Go ahead and use it if you have Power Director. I don't have Power Director, the way I understand it. And I sent him a copy of the letter as well, because he actually sent me an email and said, hey, you might want to look out for, you might get, I'd already gotten notified that I've got to share revenue. So, I'm making so much money. Anyway, that is my day in a 6-minute nutshell. Yes, Ghetto, you have your hand raised.
That project that you were working on reminded me of an old screensaver. Used to be 3D Fireball.
I actually had considered making
Sean
it a
Gallagher
screensaver.
said, hello, Greg Guy.
Because it kind of reminded me of a screensaver as well, but these screens are never not being used. I mean, honestly, I've got 3 tabs there, 2 tabs there, Zoom is here, I've got the project here, and the project's also being projected on the other monitor. So they're all 5 in use right now. But yeah, I kind of had the same thought that it kind of
Sean
did
Gallagher said hello, Tony.
What the heck was that voice? Where did that come from? That was interesting. That was it. I'll have to go back and look at that voice. 10:07. I'll have to look at the time to see. Yeah, it still hasn't been cleared, but it will. I'm not too concerned about it. I just went and looked.
Ran Israel said, just cough. You're in friendly territory.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure where that second voice came through that Sean
kind of
used.
watch the show, people get
I thought we had it narrowed down to 2 voices, but that clearly was not one of the 2 that
it's just not good for
I have assigned.
Sean Gallagher said hello, Tony.
Huh. It's for hello, Tony. The volume is nicer. Yeah, I've been kind of working with the volume a little bit off screen, trying to get things lowered down. There's still a little bit I want to do. Do I, Ghetto?
John Williams said, subscribe.
I saw him come in a while ago, and I was going to ask him, are you up and running with your internet, or are you still hot-spotting it?
On the hotspot.
Oh, my gosh.
I think I got it set, the hotspot, where it's unlimited. It's really unlimited with one device. It don't slow down. As far as I know now.
That's terrible.
It should. That's what it said. It said no slowdowns. It said unlimited, no slowdowns.
Well, I mean, that part's good if that actually is factual and works, but what's terrible is the fact you've been this long without getting your internet back.
Again, it's worse than what we think it is. I mean, it was really messed up.
Yeah.
And what they saying is, some places they're getting it fixed and they're having to go back because trucks when trucks go in. But a lot of people are having to cut. We got a lot of pine trees around here.
Right.
A lot of them that were not fully grown, but they're still able to cut them. Maybe they're able to harvest them. Maybe they get something out of them. But
pine trees is in Christmas tree pine trees?
No, they just regular pine trees.
Oh, okay.
There is a tree farm not far from here. I'm not sure how damaged. I don't think it was damaged though.
You saying that about them cutting down their trees? 2 houses up, they were trimming the tree, which is kind of ridiculous because the tree looked really nice. But our power went out briefly this afternoon, the whole house, for maybe 15 seconds. So I'm kind of thinking that's a local thing to this house only. And of course, I didn't have time to go out and see if anybody else had lost power.
The trucks with the debris is pulling the wires down. Which sounds like they're putting too much in the truck, but whatever.
Possibly. So anyway, and it was really frustrating. Thank goodness that the new Da Vinci will save whatever point you're at. If you lose power, it saves it right there, which is really good. The old Da Vinci, if you lost power, you lost your entire project. So that's a good thing. And for those of you using Da Vinci, it does have an update. 19.2, I think. I believe it was 19.2. I think. I did update the Da Vinci machine. I haven't done the streamer yet. And I probably won't. I don't do a lot of Da Vinci on the streamer since I've got that set up. So, anyway, Mrs. K goes back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. She didn't struggle walking the golf course today. She's a little slower than normal, but I think that was due to the cold. She did a really good job of recording the golfing.
John Williams said we had a power outage about 10 days ago and my neighbor lost a computer because of it.
Oh, wow. Now, see, knock on wood. I hope nothing like that ever happens here. That would just be devastating. But, man, sorry to hear that, John.
Yeah, for it to be damaged this far inland, especially up in North Carolina, it's really bad.
Well, was it Asheville, North Carolina? They got hit extremely bad.
Yeah, it was up in that area, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Campbell's has a new soup out called Ghost Pepper Soup. And Long Dog is asking Greg if he's tried it, and Sam is saying that it's way too hot. I'll not try it. I don't.
If it's too hot for Long Dog, I'm not touching.
No, one fish says it's too hot. Long Dog hasn't said whether it's too hot for him or not. Jim joins us over in chat with a keen. That boy in Arkansas, I tell you. Ghetto, you talked to your cousin today? Taking Ghetto has stepped away from the microphone. And we have dead silence.
Yeah, I did.
All right. I just wondered if you did. I talked to him briefly. He said he hadn't talked to you, so you must have talked to him after I talked to him.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
That's all
Other
got
than
to
the
say.
pictures, I do what?
That's all I got to say about that.
That's a horrible Forrest Gump, by the way. Speaker bot. Not sure what John means by speaker bot. It's working. Jim just said, "Can." I do need to change the picture from Doug to something else. So don't forget, send me your pictures if you want to be on the project. If you don't want to be on the project, and I have your picture, let me know if you want to be on the project. Does that make sense? Hello, Jim. Let me see the drink.
Was your Verizon out today?
My Verizon was out last night.
They said a lot of people are out.
Last night around 6:30, we lost it.
How long were you out for?
Long enough that even the wife decided to go to bed.
Wow. Oh, you have someone awake and paying attention to something over on the chair behind you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what she's staring at. I have no clue.
She's looking at something.
Well, who knows? She can't hear anymore.
My last
we've
quote.
come to the
before
conclusion
she-
she's deaf.
Oh.
Wait,
Do I get him?
I bet you get way down.
So John's speaker bot, we had a power outage about 10 days ago. My neighbor lost a computer because of it. Was a speaker bot and it didn't go through. Try it again, John. I'm curious just to see if it goes through this time.
Last week we had a power outage and something funny happened. My printer, Wi-Fi printer, it lost all the settings to the Wi-Fi. I mean, I had to redo right now I got it connected to USB because I was having to, when I wanted to print something, I was having to unplug the hotspot, plug the long router in the computer, because if I kept it like that, it would be IP conflict. So I had
John Williams said, help my neighbor with a good computer.
Okay, so that part of it went through. But I wonder if it's just too many characters, because we do have a character limiter on it. Whew. Okay, I'm going to hand the show over to Jim. Jim's going to host it from here on out for the next 14 minutes. Take it away, Jim.
English.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I struggle with the simplest of words.
English.
Yes, English.
English. Well, by the way, in case anybody is curious, not that anybody would really care at this point, but apparently the 12900K is on fire sale.
12900, that's a Intel processor?
Yep.
Is that one of the ones that they were having issues with earlier?
No.
Okay.
No. It's 13th and 14th gen.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Actually, it's the 14900KS is on fire sale.
Oh, so the one they're having problem with is on a, no pun intended, fire sale.
No. The one they are not having problems with, 12th gen.
Oh, okay.
They're having issues with 13th and 14th.
Got it.
But right now on Amazon, if anybody cares, you can get a 12900KS for $240.
Oh, don't give me any ideas.
I find that really interesting because the 12900K, not the KS, but the K is actually more money.
And you know I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a K and a KF? And don't say one letter.
No. KS is I forget what the hell it is. It's
If it has an F, it means it doesn't have any graphics, right?
no. Hold on, guys. Hold on. KS, King Sierra, not
Oh,
King
Sierra. Oh, I thought you said
Okay.
Foxtrot.
No.
Okay.
KS. Oh, it's the Ken Stout method. That's made by my company. There you go. Now that you straightened that up. Good. I'm glad to see that's finally taking off. And they've got it at how much?
At $240. I mean, this thing's on fire sale. It really is.
Well, I know. I told them I wanted it to be $1.49. I want to get rid of it. Changing companies.
Well, apparently they want to get rid of 12th gen desperately. At least
Got someone embezzling money from me, it sounds like.
What if they sell all the 12th gen? Then folks will have to buy the 13th and 14th.
or they'll have to buy the ultras.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Okay, so Long Dog is saying the primary difference between an Intel Core K and the KS is that the KS variant has a significantly higher clock speed, meaning it runs faster. Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
Yeah, just call me old-fashioned or call me old and stubborn or call me all of the above. I put them in, I fire them up, and they all stay wherever it's at. I think at one time the streamer machine, I did experiment with speeding up XMP or something like that. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not into all that stuff. Hello, Ski Man. Ski Man joins us over in chat. We want to give out some well wishes to our good friend out of Brainerd who's going in tomorrow to have a minor operation done. Hope that goes well for him. I haven't seen him in chat yet tonight, and I don't expect to see him on Zoom later tonight as well. Jim, I don't know if you've been watching the show or what point you joined in, but I'm working on a project and I need a good photo of yourself if you'd like to be included on it. It's a Zoom Homies deal thing. If you don't want to be included, that's fine. I get it. I understand.
Okay.
If y'all want to be smart, Alex, and send me a cartoon character of yourself, I'll use that as well.
Is this along the lines of the mug deal or what?
I'm basing it off of the mug. However, I may make a few changes. I'm limited to 6 photos per cube. You have a top, a bottom, a right, a left, a front, and a back. You have a cube. Okay.
Okay.
So there is a limit on that. Now, right now, I have 4 cubes with the same 4 images, so that I could test it all out.
Okay.
And it sort of kind of works, but
You need to get with modern times. You need a 4-dimensional cube.
front, back, bottom, top, right, left. What would the
fourth dimension is time?
Well, not counting time, but
I could maybe fake the time though and have it fade in and fade out. Wouldn't that be time? That's a little above my pay grade as well.
I'm interested in hearing Jeff's story about his motherboard, but I think we'll wait till after the stream is over.
oh well, I now understand completely what's going on.
Okay. All right.
You can
what's
discuss it
going
now
on?
if you'd like. We've got 9 minutes.
All
So what's
right.
going on?
I finally talked to an ASUS guy that was able to really give me the straight scoop on something. And it turns out what's happening is probably true with Gigabyte motherboards with the same stuff too. They advertise this board as being able to hold 192 gigabytes of memory.
Okay.
Right. When you look at the QVL list for memory, there are 5 sets of 4 by 32 that are on the list, and 1 set of 4 by 48. So that's either 128 or 192
Okay.
on the 1 set.
Okay.
However, there's another column over here that tells how many memory slots that will work in, which I did not understand when I first looked at this. And none of these will work in more than 2 slots. So they're telling you to buy a 4-DIMM set, but you can only use 2 slots.
Oh, for God's sake.
Wait a minute.
And the same
Why?
thing seems to be true on the Gigabyte boards.
So they want you to buy 4, but you can only use 2.
Well, they say that it's qualified. Okay, they're not telling you to buy it. But there's another column, and the same thing is true for the Gigabyte boards.
Interesting.
So no matter, the only 4 slot qualified sets are 4 by 16, which is 64.
Yeah, that's 64. That's not helping much.
But now the sets I bought are not on the qualified list for 4 slots. Okay, that was my doing.
Okay.
But I can get 64 in slots A2 and P2 with the set I've got. So I can get 64 the way it is. And the final guy that I spoke to today on chat, I got disconnected twice on chat.
Ooch.
Were they using
The
Zoom?
final guy said that he was going to go to the powers that be at ASUS and ask them to qualify something that'll work in 4 slots. Now, I ain't holding my breath.
No, I wouldn't hold your breath. No, not at all.
Yeah.
And it'll require a BIOS update, I'm sure.
Sure. Ghetto, you had your hand raised.
But the Gigabyte boards, you go down the list, they only say 2 slots as well, and they claim to be able to do 256.
Skiman 21632. It is currently 44.1 degrees Fahrenheit, 6.7 degrees Celsius, and clear in Preston, Maryland.
It's an X670E on the chipset.
Okay.
And I have tried to research that a little bit, and I can't find anything on that except the very broad specification. But I haven't had time to look at that yet. But nonetheless, and there was no need to send the board in. There's nothing wrong with the board. And that's what they found, of course. They didn't find anything wrong.
Yeah, WAD, working as designed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or and another thing, what a dumbass board.
Well,
really.
here's a question I have.
Available in this window.
Oh, shut up.
Tap view reading is not available
Shut
in this
up.
window.
Okay.
Here's a question I have. Anybody at Asus you could talk to find out if the 8 series will do that?
I have looked at the 870 series and it's got the same things.
Okay.
Similar stuff, I mean, on it.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, the other thing I've learned along the way, and this is thanks to the Gigabyte tech support folks who wrote me back when I asked a pre-buy question, the AMD 9900X for one rank or dual rank memory, if you want it to support 4 slots of memory, it cannot run any faster than 3,600.
3,600. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I've heard.
And that's not even the base speed of the DIMM5 memory, you know.
No, it's 4,800.
So
DDR5 base speed is 4,800.
right. And that's what I have found in the memory I have to test. I did not try setting it to Expo, and it may or may not work at that, but that's not too big a deal.
With if you try to use 4 DIMMs with Expo, I guarantee
Well, no,
you.
only 2. I mean, I know that the 4 DIMMs won't work.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Intel had the same problem.
So at any rate, but this has been a learning experience.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I asked the guy, "Why are you telling me a 4 DIMM set is qualified when I can only use 2 of the 4 slots on the board?"
I went ahead and muted Ghetto again, so we don't have to listen to his Jaws Zoom thing. Whatever.
Anyway,
hello, Sean.
And the board is what it is. I just wish they had been clear in their specs description on the website. Then I would not have expected to get 128 gigabytes of memory working.
Yeah, well,
it is what it is, though. I mean, so I now understand what's going on. It's been an educational experience. And Jeff Pearl has said he might be able to use 2 DIMMs of the memory I already bought out of the 4.
Yep, he did mention that.
And he's going to look at the specs on his board, and if he can use them, I'm just going to give them to him.
Okay, so you bought a 4 DIMM. You bought a 4 DIMM.
I bought two DIMM sets.
Oh, 2 DIMM sets. Okay, okay.
So they're matched sets, and I have kept them separate. I know which ones go with which.
Okay, so basically you have 4 DIMMs that are 32 gig each?
Right.
Okay, interesting.
But I can use the 2 slots that work and have 64 gig. It isn't what I wanted for the calculations I had in mind, but
okay, then
my overall conclusion is that even though this is not the fastest CPU or the largest amount of memory anybody advertises, I came too close to the bleeding edge to make it work.
Yeah.
Yes, that does happen. That does happen.
Right, and that's on me, okay? Although I'm not the one that said the set would do 192 gigabytes of memory on my website.
Out of curiosity, whose memory is it?
G-Skill.
Oh, it is G-Skill. Okay. Yeah, I've had pretty good luck with them.
But the memory suppliers who are certified for 4 slots are Corsair and Kingston.
Kingston?
Yep.
I'm a little surprised at the Kingston. Corsair, okay, I'm not terribly surprised, but Kingston, I'm surprised.
But on the Corsair one, it has to be version such and such of that particular part number.
Yeah, it's got to be the exact part number, exactly, yeah.
So, and you can never tell what version you're getting from Amazon or Newegg's or BH Proto's website.
No.
So I ain't even going to go down that road.
That's funny.
10:29. That worked out good. Good job. I killed that. Got the show
anyway,
up to a half hour.
I got to send over to Jeff exactly what the part numbers are on this memory. And if he can use it, he can have it.
Cool.
I've tried all the sets. Either set works fine in 2 slots.
Tony is saying night, so I'm going to
And
go ahead and
not
end
gonna spend
it.
any more money. I was building this
Maybe.
to do some heavy-duty calcs for a project for which I
John
am
Williams
volunteering.
said, would you buy King?
Not getting paid. This is for a professional society, and all the work is always volunteer. And I've already spent enough money on this. I'm not going to spend a bunch more money trying to get this much closer to the bleeding edge. Ain't worth it.
I'd be curious to see what ASRock has to offer, but that's a different subject.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to peruse ASRock or MSI's website yet. It's not that I'm going to buy one, I'm just curious at this point.
All right, let's let the man close the show.
No, go ahead. I'm sending a couple chat messages real quick.
Oh, okay.
And he is still #1.
Yeah, Ichiban, you're #1.
John Williams said, thanks, Ken.
Thank you, John. All right. Thank you, everyone on YouTube for being here. I just gave a generic shout out, both orally and typing, whatever you want to call it. I also put a thing in there if you want to be part of the project I'm working on. Send me a picture, photograph, stick figure. I don't care. I'll put it in there to my Zoom address, and I'll get it worked in. Also want to thank the homies, Rich, Sam, Bill, Greg, Jeff, Jim, Josh, Sean, Darren, and Chris. Josh, will come back to you right after the show ends. I know you raised your hand a while ago. So I'm going to go in the show.
Okay, I'll send you a photo tomorrow, Ken.